Okay, so imagine this. You've got a vision for your country. A really big, transformative vision. To catch? It comes with a multi-billion-dollar price tag. Well, that's not hypothetical. That's exactly what's happening right now in Cambodia. Let's get into it.
I mean, that's the big question, right? How on earth does a nation actually fund its own future? For Cambodia, this isn't some classroom debate. It's the real, massive challenge standing between where they are today and where they want to be.
And the stakes here are, well, they're about as high as they get. The government has put a flag in the ground for 2050. The goal? To become a high-income nation. We're not just talking about a little bit of economic growth here. This is about completely changing the country's level of prosperity.
So to make that happen, there's a number. A really, really big number you need to keep in mind. Get this, $37 billion. And that's just the estimated investment needed over the next 10 years.
So, you're probably wondering, what in the world costs $37 billion? Well, it's the cost of building the entire nation's physical backbone. We're talking new roads, ports, logistics, the whole shebang to power the economy. But here's the kicker. Traditional funding, not even close. It's just not going to cut it. A gap this massive needs a much, much bigger idea.
And that bigger idea, that solution, it all comes down to supercharging the country's financial engine. And what's that engine? It's the securities market. See, this isn't just about finding a pile of cash. It's about building a powerful, self-sustaining system that can keep fueling growth long-term.
Okay, let's quickly break that down. What is a securities market? The easiest way to think about it is like a nation's ultimate crowdfunding platform. Seriously, it's the place where companies with brilliant ideas can get the money they need to make those ideas a reality. And it's also where people like you and me, or big institutions, can invest in that growth. It's a direct connection between an idea and the cash to make it happen.
And look, this isn't just some theory on a whiteboard. The growth we've already seen is, well, it's pretty stunning. A decade ago, the entire Cambodian stock market was worth about $158 million. Today, it's shot up to nearly $2.8 billion. That tells you this engine isn't just a concept. It's already on the track and picking up serious speed.
Okay, so you've got this engine that's revving up. How do you take it from promising to an absolute powerhouse? You need a blueprint, and that's exactly what the government has put together. It's officially called the Securities Sector Development Strategy 2025-2035, and it is quite literally the playbook for this whole transformation.
So this whole strategy is built on three main ideas, or pillars. Think of it like this. First, you make what you already have even stronger. Second, you build out into the future, the new stuff. And third, and this might be the most important piece, you give people the tools they need to make it all work. Let's take a look at each one.
All right, let's start with pillar number 1, making today's market stronger. I mean, it makes sense, right? Before you can build a skyscraper, you've got to make sure your foundation is absolutely rock solid.
So what does that actually mean? It means getting more high-quality companies to list their shares. It means creating more things for people to invest in, not just the same old stuff. It's about bringing in more investors, both from inside Cambodia and from all over the world. And this is huge, it's about making sure everyone feels safe investing their money by really strengthening investor protections. You know, one thing that's really interesting about this plan is how honest it is. It looks right in the mirror and points out a key weakness, a shortage of financial professionals and experienced experts. So a huge part of making the market stronger is just finding and training the right people.
Okay, so once that foundation is solid, it's time for pillar 2, building tomorrow's market. This is where things get really forward-looking. It's not just about patching up the old system, it's about creating a whole new one for the future.
And they're focusing on two huge global frontiers here. First, sustainable finance. Think green bonds, which raise money specifically for environmentally friendly projects. It's all about pushing towards Cambodia's goal of carbon neutrality. Then, on the other side, you've got fintech, financial technology. This is all about using digital tools to make investing super easy and creating something called a regulatory sandbox, which is basically a safe playground for companies to test out wild new financial ideas before they go live. Which brings us to the final, and maybe most crucial piece of the puzzle, the people. Because look, you can have the fanciest tech and the coolest financial products on the planet, but if you don't have smart, skilled people to run the show, none of it works.
And this is where the plan gets down to brass tacks. We're talking about putting knowledge about investing right into school curriculums, creating a brand new National Securities Institute for top-tier training, and just getting the word out to the general public with big awareness campaigns. Oh, and here's something really cool. They're specifically calling out the need to support women, both as investors and as leaders in the industry. Okay, so we've got a stronger foundation, we're building for the future, and we're training up the people. But what's the point? What does success actually look like at the end of all this?
Well, the document itself puts it pretty bluntly. The vision is to become a vibrant, diverse, and highly professional market, and get this, an important financing source in the region. So this isn't just about Cambodia helping itself, it's about becoming a major financial player for all of Southeast Asia.
You can see how this all fits together on a much bigger timeline. This 10-year strategy is the launchpad. The goal is to hit upper middle income status by 2030, and then use that momentum from this completed strategy to reach that massive 2050 goal of being a high-income nation. Each step is designed to power the next one.
And that's really the bottom line here. This whole blueprint flips the script. That giant, scary $37 billion problem, it's not a roadblock anymore. Instead, it's being used as the perfect opportunity, the perfect motivation to build a world-class financial market that can fuel Cambodia's future for generations. It's an incredibly bold plan, right? And it really leaves you with one big, fascinating question. With a blueprint this detailed and this ambitious, could we be witnessing the very beginning of one of Asia's next great financial hubs? I guess we'll have to wait and see.